Piloto and Papako, two friends race to beat the giants. It was a perfectly normal day on the reef, and the blennies, Piloto and Papako, were busy tending their algae gardens. They didn't notice the turtle at the surface taking a big breath of air, but they saw it as it rushed from above and back down to the reef. The turtle was going to warn the blennies about what it had just seen, and it started to speak very quickly and urgently, even though it was almost out of breath. Listen up, Papako and Piloto. The biggest of the big are coming this way, to our reef, the turtle warned. How do you know this? Papako asked worriedly. I just saw them at the surface. They're fast, smart, and they have huge mouths with big teeth. They're headed our way fast. We need to spread the word. Will you help me? The turtle pleaded. Of course we will, Papako and Piloto said at once. Good, now hurry. You still have time if you get on your way now. You will swim to one end of the reef, and I will swim to the other. Tell everyone you know on your way. We will. We're on our way, the blenny said. They hurried off, but they hadn't gone far when Papako felt something stinging on her back. She heard Piloto shout, See the sea enemy. When she jumped forward, the burning stopped. Piloto said, Your eyes are as big as the holes we live in. Why are you so scared? You shouted, See the sea enemy, Papako cried out. I said, See the sea anemone, Papako, Piloto corrected. Behind them was a gorgeous big anemone. Within its waving tentacle lived many fish in all sizes. The biggest fish asked concerned, Did my anemone sting you? Yes, it did, Papako admitted. I couldn't live in those tentacles. We are the only fish that can. When we are young, the stinging poison does bother us, but one day we simply get used to it, the fish explained. We are one big family. Those of us that are the biggest are the grown-ups, and the smaller are the juveniles. Our newly hatched babies don't have stripes yet. Look, this is how we protect our eggs, the anemone fish said, and nibbled the anemone around the edge. The anemone lifted up and became round as a ball. We lay our eggs underneath the anemone's soft mantle at the anemone's foot. When the mantle unfolds, it covers and protects the eggs from hungry fish. When it is time to tend to our eggs, the anemone gladly balls up again. Since the anemone provides a safe home for us, we return the favor and fight off any fish who wants to eat its delicious underside. It works great, said the anemone with delight. I don't think you can fight off the giants that are coming our way, Papako said. What giants? Smart ones, and they are fast with big teeth. They will be here soon, Piloto warned. We will stay close to the anemone stinging tentacles. They won't come near us, the anemone assured. Thanks for the warning. Piloto and Papako hurried off. They were swimming at full speed when Piloto got trapped. Sticky stuff was holding him. Papako, help me, it's like Velcro. I am stuck. Swim away slowly, and the thousands of hooks on my arms will release you. They are meant to catch plankton, not you. When Piloto was free, he asked, Who are you? I'm a crinoid. A starfish, sort of. We come in all different colors. Some of us like the day, and some of us like the night. My kin is older than a dinosaur. My great-great-great-great-grandparents left fossil prints in stones to prove it. We taste awful, so if you like us, look like us, everyone thinks you taste awful too. That is why the ghost... Boo! The blennies jumped up in fright. I got you, the creature said and laughed. This is my friend the ghost piefish. It disguises itself as a crinoid arm, the crinoid said. Now please let me introduce you to my many friends. The weedy scorpionfish mimics my look, and it often sits close to me. It is wonderful company. The squat lobster lives on my foot. Its 6 legs and 2 claws look just like me, and it uses my arm as an umbrella. We always have the same color. And last but not least, the shrimp. It lives among my arms, the crinoid said. That is good, because the giants will be here any minute, Papako said. Giants or no giants, don't worry about us. We are so unappetizing, we won't be worth a second look. On that note, Piloto and Papako left, certain that the crinoid and his camouflage friends were safe. All that swimming, I need a rest, Papako said. Me too, Piloto said. They settled on a sandy patch, wiggled their tails to get the sand just right. Then the ocean floor began to shake and roll. Sand and coral pieces flew everywhere. Earthquake, Piloto screamed. Hold on, Papako. Piloto looked down and realized he was sitting on someone. From underneath, a huge face was looking straight at him. Hey, you're sitting on me, the fish said. Still surprised, Piloto said, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. No problem. It's nice to be in the open. I have been laying here in the sand for a while, the strange-looking fish said. Curious, Papako said, how come? The fish explained, I am a crocodile fish. I don't know why I'm called that. Maybe it's because of my long snout. I look more like the sand bottom, where I spend most of my time. When I lay still, I blend right in, and I am hard to find. How do you find your friends? Papako said. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. I just like to fish by myself, so I keep my distance from others. If I want to see another crocodile fish, I look in the shallow waters where the sun is warm. That is where we like to hang. If you like to hang, why was there an earthquake? Piloto asked. There was no earthquake. It was your tail that tickled my nose and it made me sneeze, the crocodile fish explained. It all makes sense. Now listen, you must lay still and not move a fin so the giants don't see you, Papako urged. What giants? Asked the crocodile fish. They are smart, big, and fast with big, huge mouths, and they're coming to our way, and they will be here soon, Papako said. That is easy. My cool, built-in eyeball shades help me see the giants when they arrive. I won't be blindsided. I will sit really still, and those giants will pass right over me, the crocodile fish assured the blennies. Very well, crocodile fish. We have to move on. Stay put, the blenny said. When the blenny reached the edge of the reef, they thought their mission was done. But an enormous swirl caught their attention. They were swimming around and around and around. One of the fish called them, Blennies, come join the circle of fun. Let's go, Papako said, full of excitement, and they raced off in the water. Welcome to our swirl, the fish said. Thank you, but who's talking? Piloto asked. You all look alike. Only to outsiders we do when we go to school. You go to school? Papako interrupted. Not the kind with books, tables, and chairs, but we do get smarter every day to survive. Our classroom is the ocean, and Mother Nature is our teacher. Schooling in the ocean means grouping up. When we swim in a group, it is difficult to separate one of us from the other. We often look like one enormous animal too big to wrestle with. I hope you're right, because the giants will be here any minute, Papako warned. Not to worry. We look much bigger than them, and we will confuse them with our numbers, the school said. Then the ocean got quiet. It was total silence. The giants had arrived. A pod of 5 orcas swam into view. The biggest whales announced their arrival by saying, We leap effortless through the surface, filling our lungs with air. Then we dive into the deepest part of the ocean. We are the strongest, fastest, and most majestic marine mammals of all. Are you going to eat us? Papako bravely stood up and said. The leader flashed his ivory grin and said, You nor any of your friends are worth messing with. The gap between our teeth is too big to even use you as toothpicks. Together the orca breached through the surface, crashed loud as thunder back into the ocean. Before disappearing back into the deep blue, the whales tipped on their side as a final goodbye. Then they were gone. I guess their barks were worse than their bite, Piloto said. He and Papako looked around, making sure the whales weren't coming back. Papako said, The danger is over. They sure were beautiful. We got our reef back. Let's go home. Piloto and Papako retraced their route. The schooling jacks were still happily swirling around and around. The crocodile fish was resting on the sand. Hey, Blennies, the giant didn't get me, it shouted to them as they swam by. The crinoid waved as the blenny passed over. His camouflage friends yelled, We tricked the whales, all 5 of them. The anemone fish barely had time to greet them. The parents were busy blowing water on the eggs, and the rest of the family was a flurry of activity. The Blenny's holes finally came into view, and they were tired from a long day. The turtle was nowhere to be found. Then they heard it yell, "So long, thanks for helping," as it went to the surface for another breath of air and out of view. The end for this time.